Okay, so starting out, top of this page, right, is our day-to-day tool set. And in there, you have a bunch of different elements that you can put in there. Right now, let me see, where's my drawing tool? Right now, you have the scanner active, you have the chart. This is called the key stats at the bottom here, which is just a overview of major metrics for a ticker and some information on like what's the company really about. You could also, for example, add to that, which we don't see right now, like where's the country from, right? You know, all these scam stocks from questionable countries. You could add that as well. We're gonna do that in a bit. And then you have the down here. These are the ticker stats or gap stats. So you can just see for a specific ticker, the behavior that it has often when it does X, Y, Z, right? So it's like a quick stats. And then the news, pretty self-explanatory at the top. And then under components here, you can click there. And then you could add anywhere something like add something here where the scanner is. Just click on the plus. So, and now let's see what we don't have. We don't have the watch list right now. That's the one that is missing. Yeah. So that's then really all the windows that you have on the top of this page, right? So, and of course you
What's
could,
the difference between this default one and then Watchlist? I guess just like the
yeah,
Watchlist is something you can set up
yeah. So
custom.
I mean, this just loaded in tickers from our default watch list. If you click here under the bookmark icon, you can see that this is right now the default watch list. So if you click on new, you would get a new empty one, and you could just give it a name or just whatever, or just click on the test and then enter,
Right,
right?
so
So
now it's pulling from this watch list.
exactly, which is empty. So you could put AMD, for example, in there and just enter or just click it exactly. And then it loads it up. So, and so it was a bit confusing because you had here this default name and then there is a default name as well, right? The only thing that really distinguished these two windows is that we have here a certain menu options, but then they look also very similar up here, right? Except that some down at the bottom are not present. But the reason is that, I mean, one is a scanner, the other one is a watch list, and want we
Mm,
want them to look similar in terms of the columns, but it does, apart from the I and then so apart from the functions that are available, this is also a different icon here, right? This could probably be a little bit more clear or in color, right? But this is one is the bookmark and the other one is like a flame for like the hot stuff in the
makes
scanner.
sense.
So, and you can see also the main one that is missing at the bottom is the filter, which is really the heart and soul of the scanner.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
So I guess when it's a component, it's called scanner and then watch list separate.
yeah, exactly. So let's, oh yeah, good one. Just, I mean, yeah, exactly. Just do stuff and then we just go through it one by one. So the activity log is pretty much like an alert window, right? And you can see this is all added right now. And on the right side, there's another filter icon here. And there you can set it to added and removed. It's by default just added because it then shows you the tickets that are added to the scan. Basically what is up there, right, lands always in here with a timestamp, right? But you could also just check that you want to see the removed elements, and then it would show you if something jumps out of the list, right? If it goes in and out. So most only want to see when it's added. That's why it's just, set by default to that. Yeah. And then you can also, this is probably going to go crazy now with this current scan, but you can set here a voice alert. So if you just, yeah, exactly, bring that up.
Oh, it actually says the
Yeah. And so you could also switch this to whatever you want, but most picks text to speech. Right?
oh, cool. Cooldown time.
Yeah, cooldown just means that when a ticker was like just went out and back in, right? So it was in, out, in, then how much time should you wait in between to re-alert you, right? Obviously depends
Makes
also a
sense.
bit on the scan. to see, yeah.
That makes sense. If it's like change percent, if it's right on the edge, and then
Exactly, yeah.
like going up and down.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. For now, this scan columns where we
Basically, it's nothing right now. Right? It just shows you the entire market and anything that comes in. So the scan only shows maximum 50 tickers because, well, you shouldn't really see more than 10 tickers, right? If your scan is properly set up. I mean, it depends on the style that you trade, but you know, the idea really of the scanner or of the capability in Edge Trade is that you should just your scan should be a large part of your setup and only show you the stuff that matters, right? So
nice. And there's some default templates here. It looks like
exactly.
between 2 and 15%, change over 10%, volume over 300K. Nice. History. Is this just so you can actually historically see how the scanner.
And you can go like, I mean, you can go like whatever, 14 years back, I think. But the important thing is with that historic thing is it needs to be session based, right? So your scanner should be set up to look for stocks within pre-market or intraday or after hours. Otherwise, it's like if it's a stock that is based on something that is transient from pre-market to intra, it needs to know what's your time bracket in the day, right? So, for example, like a pre-market scan, then it always will give you what is at the end of pre-market, basically right before the open, right?
Gotcha.
And then you can just fine-tune the heck out of it. Yeah. Yeah.
So ideally, basically in the filters,
Yeah. So
you'd be
you can
adding
just,
like a specific time.
yeah, you could duplicate it, like click on that icon or
Copy.
down there, doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah. And then you can search for the different filters. So here, right, we have stuff that is, for example, only pre-market based. Some things are like for previous days, right? If you want to make sure that yesterday happened a specific thing, or that doesn't happen, that something doesn't happen yesterday, right? You can also work with exclusion. But so right now, you actually, so let's say we want to do that thing with pre-market, right? Let's replace the current volume. You can also, instead of add filter, you can click on the name and then swap it out, for example, to pre-market volume.
Just PM
Space volume. Yeah, there you
volume.
go. And then we might also want to, of course, here we have change percent, right? This is like a transient filter, meaning it runs all day, right? It just shows you always the change percent. So right now we want to look for the change percent in pre-market, which essentially is the gap percent, right? Because the gap percent stops at the open, right? It measures from previous close to the open. So swap the change percent out and look for gap. And there should be somewhere there pre-market gap percent. Yeah, that's the one. And yeah, maybe put it a little bit higher, maybe 20%, something like that.
So I'm wondering for these ones, are there? Oh yes. So okay, that's helpful. So once you open it, there's like an eye icon that shows what it is. Um, do you think it might be helpful as well to have it even here too? Like or
Yeah, I mean, yeah, otherwise you have to click on it and search for it again. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah, it shows that that's just nice
Yeah,
to.
yeah. I'm gonna show you another spot in a moment, but so for now, yeah, let's go with the scan. And so actually, let's give it a nicer name here. Just jump back into the filter, and then at the top, yeah, you can rename it there. Yeah. And now, because it's pre-market based, you could, and before we actually go to the next step, let's, right now we're on a daily chart, switch this maybe to like, I don't know, 15 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever. And maybe make this a bit bigger, the window.
A bigger window.
Yeah, just so we have a bigger chart. Yeah, cool. Yeah, maybe like, so something else you can do with the window. So drag the icon down here. You can, so the icon of the news.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right. So
nice.
you can just rearrange the panels in whatever way.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's nice. Just snaps in.
yeah. So now click one of the tickers in the scan and it's going to load it.
Mm.
Right. And so we set this thing up with pre-market. So now I want to show you the nice thing about like when you set up a scan, you obviously not want to just verify it on today. You want to be able to test it against the past, right? So if you click on the clock icon in the scanner and then pick something from last week, I don't know, the first or something, yeah. And then you just click anywhere into the scan, boom. Yet now it goes yellow, right? It has this yellow outline and the clock goes yellow. If you click on the ticker now, check what happens. The chart becomes yellow with this outline, also the clock at the top, and it jumps back in time. So now you're seeing from that day, that chart, right? So you have up here the same day.
And is it also, I guess, it's a historical look, right? Not like
Yeah. And you could do that
nice.
like, 14 years, doesn't matter. But
It's
it's
a
just important
historical
that,
look.
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. It's a historical look, but it's not necessarily a replay though, right? It's like, I guess, snapshot in time of.
Correct. Yeah. It will always show you the entire day, the day that you select, but
Mm,
it will create your selection in the scan based off the values, right, that you set in your filters. So right now,
right.
actually, since we set specific values in the filters, right now we don't have the same columns in here. So let's just set up the same columns because then it's nice to actually, okay, I scanned for this and I'm seeing also the same columns when you go back in time. So
So it's this the three
yeah,
lines,
yeah.
columns. Hold on. Close.
So you can just duplicate it or use the pre-market preset and duplicate that one. We can also use the same one. So right now we're on default, yeah. Okay.
I'll just change this as well to gap. So gap, and then PM. Okay, search it here. PM gap percent.
That's right. Yeah. And then you can just drag, rearrange it.
It's very intuitive.
So here at the bottom, this is not automatic, right? You see this little bar. If you right click into the scan, you can just, set to header, to panel.
Nice.
And because we have here like this red number, right? So for the this is actually change percent. Doesn't matter. I just want to show you this. So right now we have an arrow down, right? Oh man, my mouse is going crazy. So we have an arrow down. So if you click it again, it goes arrow up. But if you click it a third time, you get an absolute. So the biggest values, and then you see these guys. So sometimes if you trading in large caps, for example, up and down, I mean like short and long, up and down, then you might want to see all the biggest gaps, and you don't really care in what direction, right?
That makes sense. Yeah, because just based on any
Yeah,
any strong inflection kind of thing.
yeah. And then here your pre-market gap, you could set that one.
This is October 1st still, it's all yellow.
Hmm.
So we could move it back to today.
Or just click, yeah, or just today. It's in the top. Doesn't matter. It's the same thing. You can pick the date, or if you go just yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yes. Nice. Big gapper. Oh, interesting. Nice. Yeah. So on the chart itself, I guess should we move to the chart stuff?
Yeah.
A lot of
The tools are pretty much the same as in TradingView, right? Because it's from their open source library. But yeah, so if you want to adjust, for example, indicators, you can do that up here. So yes, yeah, exactly there. I was wrong. You were right. Yeah, so I don't know, like exponential moving average. Yeah, that one. And then you can either
how do
double click
we
in the chart, or you can click there on the gear icon, which is again the same thing as in TradingView.
long? Okay. And then this is just based on this number is just based on what the actual time
Yeah,
frame is. Right? So
that's
200
correct.
a year would be
Yeah.
200 minutes, and then we did 5 minutes. Then we just have to like update this again to be, I guess that would be 50 if it was matching
No,
with
it's
the 1
80.
minute.
80 if you want to get like a 200 from the one. Yeah,
Oh yes, you're right. You're right. Yes,
yeah.
80.
So for example, yeah. Yeah, so I think in TradingView you can do that automatic. Here you would need to set up. So what you could do is like under visibility, if you double click in the chart on the yeah, so you could do that as well, go under visibility. So and you could obviously limit the visibility for one moving average and then have another one where the visibility is for a different time frame, right? So that would be a workaround to get like to not have to swap around. So like if you go to the 1 minute time frame, you don't see the 200 one, but you see, or like, I mean, whatever moving average you want to see, you could just limit it to a certain time frame with that. Right?
Can we get multiple moving
Averages?
average indicators?
Yeah, of course. You can just select it in the chart and then copy paste.
Oh, oh, hey, wow, that's super easy. That's awesome. I think I just change this. We change the color, yeah, whatever, and then change this to, I don't know, 5 minutes.
Yeah, for example.
Cool.
So now, very important, before we do anything, right now you're on the default indicator set, right? If we would switch the layout or do anything, then it would basically switch back to the default and erase your indicator. So now you clicked already on that icon, right? And this little cloud icon here. Yeah, exactly. Click on it again. And I think it's going to, yeah, so it's saved. So now this is saved, right? But you could also click on this arrow and then make a new indicator set and give it a name. Yeah, this is a bit funky. Just click on it. Yeah, and then enter or check. Yeah. So now they're obviously the same, but this way you could swap them around or have different presets.
Nice. These settings are just save general chart settings.
Yeah, this
Does
is
that
more like
mean?
the
Does
background
that mean?
color or the candle,
Oh, I
or
see.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And then those are here.
Yes.
Settings, scales and lines. Yeah, earlier I changed this to New York time. The default is just UTC, right? Like,
I don't know
yeah,
actually what it comes with. Yeah. Yeah, I always had this also set to New York. Yeah, for sure.
all these settings are pretty standard. Full screen mode. Oh, take a snapshot. So there's just like a screenshot, basically.
Yeah, and so what you also can do is I do that a lot, like for like back testing purposes, right? If you log something in Excel, you can also just click on it and get the link. If you get the link and just open up a new tab, just a browser tab, just in up here in the thing. Just do it there.
Where, sorry?
Just open up a new tab
Oh, yes. Forgot this is in the browser.
and just paste. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Right, so then in Excel, you could just place screenshots there and have them associated with whatever you did there.
oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
Damn, good function.
That is just for like moving indicators
Visual,
around.
I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah.
yeah,
And this just shows all the current settings.
yeah. This is standard TradingView stuff. It should be the same
Gotcha.
also in the actual TradingView app. Yeah. I mentioned in the beginning that we could say like, in terms of country information, right? That we can add that to the key stats. Like the key stats are just, the idea is that you don't have to go to Finviz or whatever. You just have everything in one place. But
Yeah.
you should also be able to remove stuff that you don't care about, right? So if you go into the columns, again, same game, same experience. You can just copy the current preset, and then let's change some of that up. So go back into the columns, and then you could kick some of the stuff out that you don't really care about. So maybe relative volume is not really relevant for small caps. This is on the, yeah, there. You can also just exit out here. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. Earnings doesn't make sense either.
Earnings, don't care about that.
52 weeks high, maybe like, yeah, sometimes, but probably not. I mean, you
Yeah.
see that when you click on the charts. So, and then let's add something. So search for country.
Oh, so I see it doesn't actually show up all by default here. For example, country, you'd
Yeah,
have to search it.
yeah.
It's good to know.
Mm, it should come up. Weird. Write in
Or I
code.
wonder if it's because of the version I'm using right now.
No, just write code. That is weird. Second.
Based in?
Based in, yeah. I don't know why this, yeah. I think this is legacy. So now, yeah, see, there you go, United States, right? It shows you where's the flag, where it's from. And also like market cap and these things, you could even adjust like what colors you want to see. So that gives you a warning, but you see that also in the, and that's really the main thing about the key set. It's just only to whatever you look at most of the time as like an overview, you can just, customize it.
Yeah, this is awesome, especially with the news right here too.